Has it been?
No, the way it looks, just the scale on it. I don't know if it's been. But it's typical of an older well. The scale build up.
It's been, oh God, this well was put in 77. I think it was probably 2007, maybe it's been pulled, or it was televised.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe it's longer. I have to go back through my records from Peerless Well Pump and have them look.
Mm-hmm.
But it might be 20. It might be 20 years, 20 plus years. Let's put it this way: my screen was 50% plugged.
Mm.
I'll show you pictures, but I got my phone hotspotted to my computer, so.
Mm.
Oh yeah. And this is hard water.
Sure. Oh, yeah, I'm with it.
My iron's like a 1.3 and my manganese is like a 0.785. If you're familiar with that. And my hardness is, I got it like 23.1.
Mm.
I think that's what my hardness is. Now, since I started here, I've had my tank dove twice, cleaned once, and then this is the first time I've had this televised, and I've been here 12 years. So 13 this June, so 12 and a half years. So, but we just did that new one, and I probably should have had this taken care of before we even, but now I don't have a backup.
I see.
Before I had a backup, and I should have done it because I had 3, which was on the north side of town, that would backfeed and fill my tower. So, and the only reason I'm doing this now is because we put 2 new motors in, 2 15 horses, dropped down from 30 to 15, put a VFD on them and everything, and I'm supposed to get 600 gallons a minute if I want. 500 is what I'm wanting to pump out as it is now, and I was only getting 412. So I'm like, we better see what the deal is.
Sure. Yeah.
Now, see, in the old days on the farm, if our sand point wasn't working very well, we'd fire the 22 long rifle down the thing and get a little more out of it, you know?
Right. Guess I've never heard of that.
That's the farm life for you. The impression off of the 22 going down that 1.5 pipe, 2-inch pipe would blow enough to sand off of it. Yeah. It's no different than we take our dead chickens and put in our septic tanks out there to help break down the shit. You ever hear that?
No, I haven't heard that one either.
Yeah.
Putting chickens in there, yeah. Huh. Of course, up in Iowa, they're all deep wells, so very few sand points.
Right. So you're from Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Got a good bad, a good or bad.
Well, it's kind of like what the Wisconsin people call us. You know, there's always a saying for the Illinois, and there's always a saying for the Iowa. I don't have nothing wrong with them, but my stepdaughter lives in Clinton, so
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, what was your governor over there? She was a pretty good drunk. So I've got one that's a governor that's a freaking billionaire that pulls toilet shit.
Yeah, I've heard that. The property tax is low on her.
That just scale break off?
I'm hoping. Doesn't look like anything else.
Blister?
Yeah. Give it that term. Yeah. I guess that's what I'd call it.
Huh?
That's what I'd call it, yeah. It's a casing just blistering on the inside. Kind of typical.
Well, that little heater puts off a lot of heat.
Oh, yeah. Northeast part of the state, close to the corporate headquarters is Sumner.
Okay.
About 20
How's
miles.
the drive for you today? 2 hours?
3.5.
3.5? This the only one you got to do today for Friday?
Yep. Yeah, someone else is supposed to do it, was scheduled to do it, and apparently got tied up with doing a bunch of trucking at another, with
Yes.
demobbing a bunch of stuff, and I just got back last night down over by Des Moines, and I go, oh, by the way, you got to televise in the morning. Oh, okay.
You were hoping it was going to be an easy Friday, huh?
Right, yeah, just spend a couple hours, unload and go, but that's all right. I'm on overtime, so.
You're on OT?
Yep.
Oh, jeez. There you go. Now, as long as Trump gets in there, you won't have to pay taxes on that overtime. You're probably a Democrat, aren't you?
I am not.
Okay.
I am not.
You're neutral.
That's what, actually, no, I'm not. I don't mention it because you never know who you're going to, who is passionate about who they believe in.
Okay.
And so I just kind of keep it neutral. No, I'm big pro-Trump.
Bleed red.
Pardon?
Bleed red. Yeah. My mayor comes, we won't say anything because he's a diehard Democrat.
And that Pritzker, isn't that his?
Yeah, he's a fucking diehard. Yeah. No.
He's a mob. He kind of looks like a mob boss, really.
Pretty much. He's probably got ties to it.
I would not be surprised.
Yeah. He's kind of like one of our BAs up in Chicago, Steve Cicero, that was on 150's board. He looked like he's got ties to the Chicago Mafia up there.
Mm-hmm.
So. No. Last night my mayor called me, he was talking to me and talking about what was it? Oh, you didn't have any trick-or-treaters. And I said, it's probably because you got that fucking Harris bullshit out in your front fucking yard, And he goes, you know what, that son of a bitch blew down the road halfway to Craig Hagel's. I had to go chasing after it. I said, I ought to let her go. But I told him, then he goes, I gotta let you go, I got a trick-or-treater. I said, damn Democrats. Oh yeah, but I'm union too, but it doesn't mean I'm a Democrat.
Sure. I seen the coolest sign where I was working at this week. And it's a great big, it was one of the cloth signs that said, fuck Kamala and surprise you.
No.
Does not surprise me at all.
No. You know it ain't the Republicans burning them. It's the fucking Democrats.
Yeah. They'll blame it on the Republicans for doing it.
Oh,
They'll
shit.
find some way to do it.
Yeah.
Or it's Trump's fault.
Yeah. It's like January 6th, huh?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I have all the Trump shit. I actually make the hats and the cups and the shirts, and I've got a bunch. You know, I'm voting for convicted felon for 2024 and that shit. You know,
Right.
Yeah, so I've sold a lot of them hats. So.
Right.
And I've got the Trump train hats and Trump 2024 and.
Now we're garbage.
Huh?
Now we're garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, it just keeps getting better.
Yeah, him and that fucking garbage truck. There was a TikTok this morning, and it was Dumb and Dumber, and it's when he was going through the door in the bar there, and it had where they landed on the moon, and he opens the door, and he's like, "We landed on the moon!" But it was fucking Trump in the garbage truck and stuff like that in that picture that was supposed to be where we landed on the moon. I was just like, and he comes in, and yeah. Yeah, everything on TikTok that Trump comes up, my phone alerts me because I like all the live shit. Watch all the live feed on that crap. Well, Ronald Reagan's dead, otherwise I'd have him as the next president.
Right.
So, I mean, I didn't mind Clinton either because, you know, even though he's like, I didn't have sexual relationships with that woman, or I didn't inhale.
Right. Right.
You know?
Right.
Kind of like George Ryan and fucking Blagojevich. Well, I never did any of that. I didn't sell that seat.
Right.
The hell is that shit? All the stuff coming off the sides?
Yep. Yep. Just a fluffy scale buildup. Yeah, it's pretty thick.
Is there any way to clean that?
Yeah. Put it, send it brush down.
Center brush down and give her a good. Then what do they do for the sediment drop to the bottom of the aquifer then?
Then we'd use a thing we call a baler and bail it out.
So just like a basket.
Basket, yep. Kind of like a giant syringe if you want to envision that.
Oh, okay.
Send it down, it's got a plunger and pull up real fast, creates suction.
Sucks her. Does a pretty good job, huh? For the most part.
For the most part, yeah. It doesn't get it out 100%, but for the majority of it, it
So
cleans it up.
50 to 49 to 51% of the.
Generally, you'll never get the bottom 6 inches, or if it's under a foot, you never, unless you airlift it out, you'll never get it out. That's just how it is. It's especially if it's real fine stuff that it just never collects it.
This shit's bad here. You seen them worse than this?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. This is pretty typical.
days, huh?
Yeah, they have the yearly water well convention.
Does Darren go to that, or does Mike go to it?
Darren, Mike's not. He doesn't have a license. It's only for people who have licenses to. Well, I guess shouldn't say that because we have some salespeople that sometimes go to that just to see what it's all about. But
What's his name? Is it Brian? He's the one to come down here and pulled with Brian. He's a sales and a operator or whatever comes in.
John?
Is that his name?
John Loja?
Tall, skinny kid he was military?
No, from Durand?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's John Loja. Yeah.
Okay, John. Yeah. Yeah, he was the one that was at our conference in Rockford the week prior.
Okay.
He's a pretty good kid. Both them guys are pretty good crew.
Yep. Yep.
So, no complaints.
Yeah, my son lives in Rimrock, which is north of Phoenix, about an hour.
My son went out there in 2020 for MMI for the motorcycle thing there.
Uh-huh.
And then my ex-mother-in-law has a house in Surprise. So we used to go out to Surprise quite a bit prior to my divorce.
Yeah.
So I have Phoenix this month. In February I have Washington, D.C. Actually, February I have Washington, D.C. and then I'll be in Effingham for our annual conference.
Ah. So you get to go all over then.
I go all over the place. I'm one of them that they must love to see my face.
Right? Right.
Well, plus I also figured if I wasn't involved with this, I'd probably never ever experience it or do it, so I might as well take advantage of it while I can.
Absolutely.
Because I ain't getting any younger.
All right.
So. I want to say our depth's like 176. Does that record us talking on there, or does it?
I haven't muted,
Oh, okay.
but yeah, it will if you don't.
If you want to unmute it and say, hey, this is such and such, I've noticed this and that, do you do that a lot, or?
I do not. I just generally make notes, written notes.
Say I don't.
I'll write it up versus talk on it. Because a lot of times, majority of people who see it don't have volume. They just see the video and.
Right.
So they.
Which your bosses will have a copy of it, my
Yep.
engineers will have a copy,
Yep.
and me and my committee will revise it here. There you go, take your dog over and park the shit like you usually do. And she don't pick it up. I hate that.
Oh yeah. All right.
Or it'll shit right up by my building. Hello? That's what I always like, is we'll get a call up at City Hall. You know, I stepped in dog shit at one of your parks. I'm like, well, I can't go cleaning dog shit up at every park every morning, so you don't step in it. Maybe you ought to watch where you walk.
Right. Yeah, we're looking at your phone and
Yeah, that's what this one here, she's on her phone. She's like this walking the dog.
yeah. That's how majority of people are, no matter what they're doing.
Yeah, that's that millennials for you. So how long you been in this industry?
18 and a half years now.
What'd you do prior to that?
Oh, a bunch of other things. I was in sales. Prior to that, farmed my early life. Grew up on a farm. Farmed that for a while. Back in the 80s when the interest rates were 22%. That didn't last long.
No, that's why my grandmother never let my grandfather buy a lot of land and made him become an electrician. So,
And then of course, back then, there were no farm programs. There was probably one, which was a set-aside program if you had land alongside a creek or a river, and that's all you got. Now there's a plethora of farm.
oh, they got first-time farm buyer, land buyer, or whatever, and stuff like that for some of these silver spoon babies is what I call them. That their dad's dad, yeah. So,
Yep.
oh, is there writing on there?
Yeah. That's different. Very, very seldom see that.
Huh.
The original stamping.
Nope, I grew up on a farm too. Hogs and cattle, showed sheep, that good old shit. Custom farm, did shit for Cargill Pioneer, all that seed corn and all good shit. Grew for Del Monte, Green Giant. Yep. I like the farm life.
Yep.
We always threw a lot of big parties out at our farms.
Yep.
In high school, it was like, are we going out to the milk? Oh, yeah. Back in the day. Where are we going, Spring? Going out to Mildred's this weekend? Yeah, why not? I got such and such brother that buy us some beer. Okay, perfect.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, there's always a connection there where somebody would buy the beer.
Oh, yeah. Well, we also were, a couple of my buddies were dating some cops' daughters. And back then, the country, they would just pull you over and take your beer from you.
Right.
Now they don't do that shit.
Right.
So,
Yep.
it was like, well, I'm going out to Dad's garage and yeah.
Or they drive you home. I've heard the stories of that where.
Oh, I got drove home a couple times, yeah. Our cop over in Tampa, we called him One Bullet Bob. Yeah, Barney Fife. Yeah, he actually got caught a couple times having sexual relationships with a woman that used to work for a guy that I know. She got pissed at him and locked the fucking keys in the car and made him have to call for somebody to come.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, One Bullet Bob. Yeah. Had two daughters, Misty and Mandy. Yeah, she ended up getting pregnant in high school and oh yeah. Her sister was just a fingerprints on my phone in the truck there.
Yeah.
So like you're getting close to the bottom?
Looks like there's quite a ways to go yet. Is this open hole or screen?
Should be screened. Opening open hole.
I'm just seeing some weird stuff. I'm like, huh.
Like no casing anymore?
Yeah, they're just,
Oh, like rock.
yeah.
And what, bentonite, is that what that would be?
Oh, that's
Oh, there's
yeah,
right.
there's case. There it is. Yeah. It just had a different hue to it. That's why I was just questioning it.
What's that say, 20?
Probably 20-footer, I suppose. The casing comes in 20-foot sections.
Wow,
Sometimes
that's really
21.
clean right there.
Top of the screen, 136.
So it's shallower than I thought.
Well, it depends how much screen is there. There could be 50 foot of screen yet. Any issues with sand?
No.
Good. Usually there's a louvered screen. Usually there's sand issues with these because they're not very good at screening out little stuff like that.
Oh, well, maybe they had issues, but I mean, like I said, that thing's been in the ground since 1977. Actually, probably 76. So, you're looking at 47 years right there.
You know, it's kind of typical time frame of these. I don't know, that must have been a thing back then. The louver. Relative to clean otherwise.
Yeah, it looks good. Shouldn't say that because then all of a sudden I'll probably have a big ass hole somewhere.
Yeah, that's about what happened, yeah.
Yeah. I spoke too soon there, dumbass. Oh well.
here in Illinois, they're concrete cased. That's actually concrete. Like what you find in big sewer ditches, they just stack the concrete on top of each other, and that was your casing. Down in Champaign, they've got that. Peoria, they've got that.
Really?
Yeah.
The old storm pipe.
Yep.
Yeah. That was 4-foot sections, and they have them in bigger sections.
I think it was like 4 or 5 foot sections. Yep. Yep. They just stacked them on top of each other and built a well. And they had a louvered screen like this. Seeing some clubbing up here. There's where it's sediment settling down on it. Sections. So poor, it's literally growing fingers out to the center of the casing. Never seen anything like it.
What are the fingers? Just
it's steel. The casing deteriorating.
Oh.
And it's just creating fingers that are just protruding out. Darndest thing I ever seen.
Another 5 foot and we're at a welded joint. We're at 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be 5. 25 foot of. said it's got a lot of sediment in the veins there, but
For the most part, yeah, this is the screen's pretty clean. Probably a 50-foot screen. in there. From what I seen, everything looked good. Didn't see any potential issues with the screen rupturing or anything like that. That looks fine. Integrity of it looks good.
then it's like, oh shit, you got more of a,
And I ran into that.
yeah.
I ran into that.
Sometimes it's better just to leave the buildup on there, you know?
Leave blowing it alone.
Yep. Yep. If I can get another 10 years out of it or whatever without having to do it, I will let the next guy take care of it. It's not the way to think, but
Right.
that's the way my thinking is. I get tired of spending money. Everybody's like, it's not your money. I said, I'm a taxpayer too.
Right.
You know?
Right.
I said, I just spent $6.2 million on a fucking water treatment plant. Ah, that ain't nothing. No, just one of our filters is that. Some of them big communities. I said, yeah, they don't have the revenue you got.
Right.
I got a police department that don't write tickets that fucking is a $500,000 budget, so they got over $350,000 in salaries. And my water, sewer, and garbage is what pays. You know, I support all of them.